Hi Capricorn, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your February 2020 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So Capricorn, for this reading, I'm using the Radiant Wise Tarot deck. I'm also pulling you an Oracle of the Fairies Oracle card by Karen Kay. I am using the same format that I normally use for the monthlies, which I'm putting down 2 layers. The first layer is looking at the upcoming energies for February, and the second layer is clarifying those. Alright, so what does Capricorn need to know for the month of February? All right, so the overall energy for you guys, Capricorn, for the month of February is the Two of Swords. Interesting. You actually have a very interesting spread. So I certainly am going to be reading for a very specific group of Capricorns. So if you cannot resonate, please watch your other signs. I am just the messenger. All right, Two of Swords. Some of you need to make a decision. You could be putting it off. You could be waiting to the last minute. The Two of Swords is also not the most open energy. It's a guarded energy. You might be protecting your heart. You might be closed off, not wanting to be flexible. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting, Capricorn. So we have the Two of Swords. I have the Seven of Swords. I have, okay, the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Maybe some of you are dealing with a younger energy. So that could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It also could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Someone younger, someone dramatic. They might be an earth sign, but they're dramatic. You could be finding out that maybe someone lied to you. Some of you maybe are in denial about this as well. You might have suspicions about someone. But this is like someone who doesn't want to see someone or something. So just keep that in mind with the Two of Swords energy. Yeah, this is not the most flexible energy, Capricorn, not going to lie. So some of you don't want to maybe see someone. You don't want to admit something. All right, so again, it's a specific reading. Let me go ahead and layer. And with this layer, we're just getting clarity here about these energies coming up for you. Capricorn, February 2020. All right, so we have the Star, which is a healing energy, optimistic, hopeful energy. Oftentimes it can come up when you're very much being divinely guided, but also on the right path, making the right choices. So that's so interesting with this Two of Swords, which is not the most open energy. But what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, is some of you might feel like this definitely the first half of the month. But then I see you actually becoming a lot more flexible around the second week. There is going to be a shift in the energy. And so maybe you're just not ready. You're just not ready for something right at the start of February. You know, the end of January when I'm filming this, the start of February. You're maybe waiting. Some of you could be waiting on a decision to come in as well. We see you, for some of you with the star here, you're recovering, you're healing. There's a tough cycle, something you went through. Now, there could have been a betrayal, a loss, but you went through a tough time and the worst is behind you. And you're shutting the door on this. You're leaving this behind with the star. You're healing. And that can be why we have this Two of Swords here. It simply can be you protecting yourself, protecting your heart. Especially with this Four of Pentacles here. This is you definitely protecting your heart, guarding your heart. You went through a tough time. And so if this is on the love front, you know, maybe you were hurt in the past. Maybe even betrayed in the past. And so if you have, let's say, a friend or a new love interest around you, you might not be the most open with this person at the start of the month because you're still actually healing from the past. Other Capricorns, you might have to make a decision here at the start of the month. To be honest, you might not be ready at the start of the month. Again, I see the energy shifting mid-month. And so it could be in regards to your health. It could be an important, actually, decision. Something to do with family. Something to do with family, the home. For others, it could be something on the health front. And either you're waiting on a decision or you have to make a decision. But you might not be ready right at the start of the month. Clarifying the Ten of Swords, I have the Page of Pentacles. Might have something to do with a child. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles, I have the Six of Pentacles. And so others, you're waiting on news, maybe in regards to a job or something financial. If something didn't work out in the past or you just went through a difficult time on the financial front, it's possible that maybe some of you had to dip into your savings. You might have even had a large expense. I see you going through a tough time, and I think you're waiting on some sort of help or waiting on a decision, waiting on news to come in, and you will have to be patient right at the start of the month. Now, prior at your foundation, I have the High Priestess with the Hierophant. So those of you that were betrayed, those of you that maybe a relationship ended, could have been a marriage with the Hierophant, a long-term commitment. Could have ended. There could have been secrets within a marriage with the High Priestess. Those of you that this is on the work front, there could have been secrets maybe within an organization, a large company. In the recent past, we have the Page of Swords. I have the Five of Swords. Yeah, so this is in the recent past. This can be why some of you maybe feel betrayed. There could have been bad news that came in with the Page of Swords. This can speak about deception, or maybe you learning about some sort of underhandedness, someone being vicious or nasty, someone trying to hurt you, maybe on purpose for some of you, keeping secrets. For some of you, this is a relationship, a family matter. Others, this is maybe with a company, an organization. Those of you that it has to do with a child, yeah, there could be like some sort of custody thing or a dispute, something with the child. Maybe you were arguing in the recent past. Some of you trying to protect a child. Crowning you, I have the World. We have the Four of Cups. And so I think that you went through a tough time, and here in February you're focused on healing, and you're focused on maybe starting that next chapter of your life, leveling up, definitely wanting to close the door on the past. This is you leveling up, Capricorn. Maybe some of you want to be alone. Definitely seeing that some of you want to be alone. Now, someone could be reaching out to you. They might be offering you this cup here. If someone hurt you, if someone lied to you, if someone was keeping secrets within a marriage, a relationship, it could be that someone wants forgiveness, but this is just, you're not having it. Two of Swords, Four of Cups, rejection. Seven of Swords, possibly someone lied to you. They stabbed you in the back. They lied to you. They were playing dirty. Scheming. And so this is you ready. I mean, you're over it with the World energy. It's come full circle. You're over it. You're ready to move on. Yeah, you're ready to move on. I definitely feel like some of you could be waiting on something in particular to come through, like a loan. You're starting that next chapter of your life. So I think that some of you are leaving a marriage or leaving someone. Could be physically moving house. You're waiting on some sort of news, something to come in. And yes, you will have to be patient at the start of the month. But you're leaving this behind. You're moving on. Yeah. Around the second week, we have Temperance. We have the Two of Pentacles, which this is where the energy shifts. I do see some of you still wanting to be alone here at this time. I don't often have the Star and Temperance come up in the same spread together. This is you healing. Now, some of you physically are healing. Some of you Capricorns, you have to have surgery, but this would be something you're already aware of, because you would have had this news in the recent past, and maybe even when I'm filming this, which would be at the end of January or right at the start of February, you would be having surgery. So this would be something you're already aware of, if that's the case. And around the second week, if you're having surgery, this would be physically recovering. Yeah, and so you need to take it easy. You definitely need to take it easy. Others, this is a flexible energy with the Two of Pentacles here, flexible energy. You might be trying to get along with someone at this time. You might be more open to working with someone at this time, which prior you were not. But some healing has taken place now. And so you might be ready to face someone or ready to talk to someone. With the High Priestess here prior, because maybe someone hurt you, because of maybe past events, this could have been a more passive approach, which, to be honest, with the Hierophant here, could have been, if this is something with a marriage, maybe you always took like a more passive approach within the relationship. You know, maybe you always put up with something or someone, and you know, you might have been very passive prior, but I think that you've changed. For some of you that I'm reading for, you've changed. You're not interested in this anymore. Maybe the way that something was in the past. I see some healing taking place, and here around the second week we have a more flexible energy coming in. Also, you weighing the options here at this time. So some of you have now heard something. There is options available to you here at this time, and the energy again is shifting. Now, in the position of your power, I have the Hermit, I have the Nine of Cups. This is you feeling quite pleased with yourself. Again, I see you wanting to be alone. You are starting that next chapter for some of you, but it could be you starting the next chapter alone, which there's nothing wrong with that. And so I see you feeling quite happy about that. You're healing, for some of you emotionally, spiritually healing. Others, you could be physically. But Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, feeling quite pleased, quite happy. Some of you, this is like inner peace. You went through a tough time, but I think that you're letting go of that. And here at this time, you're quite happy. And this is around the 3rd week. You're quite happy. You know, for some of you, you wanted to be alone. You wanted to spend some time alone. And you're achieving that. Others, there's something you were maybe waiting on, some sort of help or information. You're waiting on learning something, and that's coming in, and it's making you very happy. So yeah, a Virgo could be significant as well at this time. In the position of how others are viewing you, I have the 8 of Cups, I have the Lover's card. So yeah, I mean, again, some of you are leaving a relationship. You wanted to be alone. You're achieving that goal. So yeah, that's what some of you wanted. And that's what you're achieving. Others, those of you that were weighing the options, those of you that had to make a decision and maybe at the start of the month you were not ready, here, around the 3rd week, you might be spending some time alone and now making that decision with the Lover's card. You're moving forward in some way, maybe letting go. Could be simply letting go of the past. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be letting go of someone, but we see you moving forward. Also with the Hermit and the 8 of Cups, for me, this is a deeper understanding about maybe past events and what's taken place prior. Now, in the hopes and fears, I have the 10 of Cups with the 9 of Swords. So yeah, again, some of you are worried about a child, worried about a family matter. Could have been staying up at night, losing sleep over this. And so yeah, we see that you want to heal. We see that some of you are healing. You don't want to stress about this any longer. You want to put this behind you. And if you're feeling, if something is weighing you down and something is bothering you, maybe needing to discuss it, needing to vent for some of you because you've taken a more passive approach. So needing to put it out there. And you could be doing that around the 2nd week. You could be shining a light on something. You could be enlightening someone, Capricorn, for some of you. Now, energy that you have going into March, we have the Magician with the 3 of Pentacles. So some of you are going to be more focused on work here at this time. You could be manifesting within your career, some career changes here. Also, this is you looking very good. You know, your employer might be noticing you here at this time. You could be working with someone here at this time. Maybe you're getting along with this person quite a bit. They could be a Gemini. They could be a Virgo. I have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aquarius. Could be significant. But this is you having everything you need with the Magician here. All the tools, all the skills, everything that you need when it comes to making changes. When it comes to manifesting. If you don't work for a living, this is building. This is creating something brand new. I mean, you could be an inventor with this combination. You might be an inventor. Maybe you're inventing something. And you're enjoying this. You're enjoying this quite a bit. So very nice energy to start a new month with. This is you starting something new here. And you're going to be successful with it. So let's pull you an additional guidance card. Capricorn. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's focus on love life. This is for coupled and single Capricorns. Looking at love life for Capricorn. February, Capricorn. Okay. All right, so if you're wondering how the other person is feeling about you, whether that be a spouse, okay, there we go. A spouse, a love interest, or an ex if you're still dealing with an ex. Okay. So the additional guidance card I have for you is motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. And so we are very close to the spring time. And so for some of you, there could be big changes coming up for some of you Capricorns in the spring. The springtime actually might be very significant for many of you. And here with the energy going into March, this could be you actually beginning work on this. If there's something that you've been thinking about doing, I see you taking action with this. We see you beginning here this process. For some of you, you're putting time and energy, hard work into this. For some of you, feeling motivated. The springtime is going to be significant for you, Capricorn. Very nice, very nice. So if you've had an idea or thinking, if you've been thinking about something, you're being urged to move forward with that. All right, so looking at love life, we do have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. We do have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So this can be you deceiving yourself or someone deceiving you. Capricorn, for some of you, you're already aware of this. This is what you're healing. Some of you are spiritually and emotionally already healing from this. There's some deception in the recent past. This has already happened. You're well aware of this. There could be a separation for some of you. You are retreating. We see that very clearly here. That's what the tarot is saying, Capricorn. You are spending time alone, but I think it's going to serve you well, because even if you're dealing with some stuff going on the relationship front, you know, it gives you time to focus on, you know, other areas of your life, which we see something coming up for you in the springtime. And most likely it's something you're building, you're creating. For some of you, it could be a business, it could be a new job, it could be an invention. It's something that's going to be very, very positive for you. Now, others, if you're not separating from someone, maybe you guys need to get away. Maybe you guys just need, you know, some alone time, and that's going to help the relationship, okay? Because here, looking at how the other person is feeling, I am sorry if I ever contributed to the suffering of your heart. And so they're well aware and they feel bad. So those of you that were lied to, or you feel betrayed by someone, they are well aware. They know what they did. They are sorry. Maybe some of you, to be honest, with this energy, you might not want to hear it at the start of February, but you will be more flexible here mid-month. But they are sorry. Okay, and some of you could be forgiving them. All right, Capricorn, so I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. I do appreciate it. If you're interested in having a private reading, please check out northeasttarot.com. And over on Vimeo, I do have the 2020 yearly readings. Those are tarot and Lenormand readings. If you are interested, the link is below. All right, guys, have a great month. Take care.